Hello everyone, I am Sandeep Thakur. Welcome to another video. Welcome all of you to Pride Academy. Today's video is very important because I am going to start programming also. Now how to make programs, and before start making the program in Java, what are the essential topic which we have to cover, that I am going to cover first. Then I will try to start explaining the program, that how to make it. As I told you that the second important thing which we have to cover, that is programming technique. So I am going to cover that today in this video. Now why it's essential to go through programming technique? The reason behind is that when you read a program, so you can easily understand that what the program is saying. Is it a simple program, or is it a program in which you have to take decisions? Is it a program in which you have to take number of times decisions? Is it a program where you have to apply loop with every statement? So what you have to do, that you can easily understand when you run the program. So when you go through programming technique, you will be able to develop your skill. That's why we will go through what programming technique. Now, some of the programming steps we have to cover for that. First, we will understand the programs in sequence construct, that how the programs are in sequence construct. Then we'll go through selection. In that we will understand one-way selection, two-way selection, and multiple. And the third is the what loop. So these are the basic things for the who are new in programming, those who are totally new in programming, and those also they have done a little bit of programming, but they have not gone through these steps. Those for them it's very essential. When I talk about sequence, so it's very simple programs. You don't have to take any decisions. Only you have to do what you have to do. You have to input some values from the keyboard, or you have to define, you have to do some calculation work, and you will get the result. But if we talk about selection, then obviously you have to take decision. In one-way selection, you have to take one single time decision, that is if else program. In two-way, you have to take you have to apply two time if else statement. That means that decision is to be taken for two time. In multiple selection, more than two time. Then we have to cover loop. Loop means iteration or repetition. We have to keep the set of activities true till we get the desired results. So how to apply loop, how to get the results, those things we will learn. Now by flowchart, by the help of flowchart, we will give the diagrammatical presentation of a program. Now you must be thinking, why to give the diagrammatical presentation of a program? Once you will give the diagrammatical presentation of a program, the concepts will get clear. You will understand what thing I have to do first, what I have to do next. So your programming skills will develop. So it's the best thing to first create a program in a flowchart, then implement in whatever the language you are studying. So I am also going to apply the same approach. I am going to make the program first of all in flowchart, and the same program when I will explain in a flowchart, when we will understand the program in a diagrammatical approach, and our skills will develop, we are going to implement in Java. I'm not going to write the program directly in Java. I'm not going to directly open the Eclipse IDE and going to write it down. Otherwise there always be confusions in your mind. This is the best way, that first understand the things in flowchart and then implement in Java or any other language. So we're going to adopt the same approach. But before going to start to make program, either in flowchart and then in Java platform, the first thing which we have to understand, that what is variable, and the another thing is what are data types. Now these things are very important. Without that we are unable to understand the program. There are other syntaxes also, but program by program, day by day, in the coming videos I am going to explain those syntaxes also. But these two syntaxes are very important before starting the program. In each one of the program we require variable, and another thing is what data types. These both things are very important. So let us understand first of all about variable. When I talk about variables, so variable, I'm going to talk about the local variables, and variable, meaning of the variable is memory location, and it is used to store the data. So obviously maybe some data you are going to input from the keyboard, or you are going to define. So these are memory location, and these memory location variables are memory location, or if I say variable, it is what? Memory location. So this memory location is created or generated at the runtime inside the random access memory. So random access memory is a temporary memory location, it's a big location, and variable is sub location which is created inside the RAM. So when you run the program, it's going to create inside it. Now how it will be decided that what size of memory location that is going to allocate inside the random access memory, and what type of value is going to store inside it, that is decided by the data type. So every variable has a data type, and data types specify the size and the types of value that can be stored. The types of value those to be stored, those are known as primitive data types. We will just only talk about the primitive data types. In our coming videos I am going to also explain about what non-primitive data types. So the integer, float, character, boolean, these are what primitive data types. Okay, so on the basis of the type of value, if an integer, that for example 4, 8, 9, 10, these are called the integer values. If you are talking about float, so the values will be with the decimal point, those are float values. You are talking about what character, so character values may be what A, B, C. These are the examples which you can put from the keyboard. So these are known as what primitive data type. And some other the types we are going to talk in coming videos. So what these types do, and what happens at the time of declaration of a variable or of a define of a variable, what happens behind the scene, what happens inside the random access memory, that I am going to tell you. Let me tell you in another way so the things will be more clear. Suppose you have written a program. Okay, I have explained you what the sequence, how the sequence work. First the program you are going to store inside hard disk, and once you save the file inside your program inside the hard disk, you are going to run it. So when the program will execute, suppose this I have drawn, this is what random access memory, it should be random. Okay, so suppose this is what random access memory, it's a bigger location, and we can call it what in short form what RAM. So whenever you will run a program which is saved inside the hard disk, obviously the related data of your program, first it's going to come inside what RAM, as we have understand these things in my earlier videos, and for them what the locations are going to be created inside it. Now I'm not going to explain at present what is stack memory location, what is heap. Those all are the memory location, but let us address the things easily, in a easy way. So obviously the sub location, this will be created inside this bigger location. The bigger location is what? RAM, random access memory. Okay, so at the runtime of your program, the sub locations are created inside this random access memory. Now those sub locations are known as what? Variables. Okay, so more than one sub locations can be created according to your program, maybe a single also, that depends upon your program. So The sublocation is going to create inside this bigger location. The bigger location is RAM, and the sublocation which going to create inside it, that is known as variable. Okay, so when you write down like this, int, let me write down in small letter, and a, when you write down like this, what will happen? This is the name of the variable where I am indicating. This is the name of a variable a, and it's going to create or generate or allocate this variable, or you can say sublocation, within the RAM at the runtime of your program. So now what will be the size of it? Will it be small, or will be this much big, or it may be this much big? That depends upon this data type, int. If it's integer, then it may be a different data size of the variable. If it's floats, maybe a different one. If it is double, so maybe a different word. That is another thing that we will understand in coming videos. But by the data type, the size is decided of this sublocation, or you can say the variable, whatever you say, and what will be the type of value that is going to store inside it, that is decided. As I have written int, so the integer value is going to store inside it. Okay, so this is what your this one is data type. Okay, and what is this? The second one, this a, this is what? Variable. Okay, I hope so understand. Variable. Okay, so we need both the things. We need the data type also, we need the variable also. So data type is deciding the size of the sublocation that is going to create inside RAM, and variable is the name of the location, this sublocation, that is. So the name of the location is what? A, and the type of value which is going to store inside is what? Int. The type and the size is decided by the data type. So the data type is what? Int, and the name of the variable is what? A, or you can say the name of the sublocation is A. Okay, so friends, now we have to see how the things will work. Let us take an example. I am going to explain one of the example. I am going to start with the sequence programming. Okay, and I am going to explain one of the program, very simple program, the flowchart first. Okay, so let us understand this program. A very simple program, display area of rectangle. Okay, let us understand this program. So in a flowchart, obviously when you will read the program, first thing which should come in your mind, and that is that how many sublocations, or you can say how many variables should I take. So obviously you have to take 3 variables, as you are going to calculate the area of a rectangle. That is what? A for the area, if you see here. Okay, L is for length, B for breadth. Now when you will write down this, the 3 sublocations are created inside this bigger location, random access memory, at the runtime when you will run the program, L, B and A. Now you have defined the value in your program that the length is what? 5, and width, or you can say breadth, is what? 2. So here inside the L variable the 5 is stored, here inside the B variable the 2 is stored. Now the calculation work is going to take place, length into breadth. Okay, and what it's going to show? 10. Okay, 5 into 2, that is 10. So 10 is going to store inside A, and then you're going to print it, so it's going to display it on the screen, and then stop. So it's very easy. So I hope we have understand the things in a flowchart. Now in coming video, in the next video, I'm going to make the program in Java, the same program in Eclipse. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Thanks friends. So please don't forget to watch the next video we are going to make in Java. Thank you. Bye bye.